Hey guys, back again for another segment on the Supreme Ecom channel. We are here to help you guys get going during 2023, so let's take advantage of this time and keep pushing towards our goals. As y'all know, we drop these videos every week to ensure that you guys are on track with what you've set out for, and so you'll have that best peace of mind when going about your testing. Today, I want to emphasize how important it is to apply structure to your day-to-day workflow and the importance of validation. So be sure to pay attention to this video as it will show you exactly how to add some value to those habits that are beginning to form. What's up y'all, Ramon here. Before we hop into it guys, you know we do a free consulting call every single week. And if you want to get a chance to enter, we need you to go ahead and do 3 things. Go ahead and like this video below. We put these videos out every single week to give you guys as much value as we can. Subscribe to the channel to catch every video we put out every week, and comment below with your biggest takeaway that you got from this video. I'll be announcing the last winner of the consultation call somewhere in this video, so make sure to stay tuned if you want to find out if it was you. Today, I will be covering some guidance on providing some structure to your day-to-day workflow and the importance of knowing what products are worth testing. What exactly makes a product worth testing? It's as simple as asking yourself if this product validates for you, while also keeping in mind if there's any associated disclaimers that come alongside of said product. So for like an example, an electronic product, we could say that would naturally come with the knowledge that we can't always verify the quality of these products, especially before they meet our consumers' hands. So things like that are definitely things to consider as we are making that push towards products that are worth our time. With our team of experienced and knowledgeable people in this space, we make sure to provide you with the right guidance to set you up with having that best peace of mind when you are coming up with products and distinguishing what's ultimately worth testing for you. Having a centralized location where you're going to be logging all of your research is going to be just as important as the research itself. We don't want to have to try and find these resources again, so my advice would be to gather as much as possible before making your decision on what product to test and what products you're looking to source creatives for. We want to make sure that you have the right guidance through any issues you may be experiencing. So during this part guys, I'm going to run you through and show you further insight on how we've structured this all for you. So follow me along to our screen share as we navigate through validating a product and gathering those resources for yourself. But before we get into that, make sure if you're having any questions at all about this video or how you can get started successfully on your e-commerce journey, that you DM us the word ready on Instagram at Supreme Ecom so that we can reach out and help in any ways possible. Now, without further ado, let's hop into this walkthrough of ways that we can continue to help you. This particular segment, we will be bettering our peace of mind when going through the decisions of which products to test and which are even worth testing to begin with. So write these down or do whatever you got to do to make sure you have these to reference as a guide. I couldn't stress the importance of validation more, as it will help us identify products that are worth our time and money. That begins with these validation steps. The importance of these validation steps and having a resource for them, we want to make sure that we are not only staying organized, but having that centralized location where we are having these resources to reference. So a great place for that is going to start with a spreadsheet. Let's make this spreadsheet. It's going to be a great way to establish some different columns and really keep yourself organized. There are ways that we can guide you in further setting this up for yourself. So what I would suggest is emulating this. As you can see, it's all color coded and we have it all kind of separated into these different columns. This is definitely going to be a great resource for you to try to emulate, so that way you can have that centralized location where we are going to be conducting this product research. So my first example, I want to make sure that we're guiding you through each of these steps. So this again begins with our validation steps. We want to make sure that whichever product that we are considering is number one, a product that looks to be currently trending right now. So making sure that that product has an active Facebook advertisement that we see is receiving active engagement within the last 2 days. So I like to use AdSpy a lot. I want to just show you an example of an advertisement that I've come across before. And so something like this, you want to go straight to the comments, sort the comments by newest, and you ideally want to see comments within the last 48 hours. So if you see comments within the last 48 hours, that's showing that this is still receiving that traction. So we see that it's still currently trending right now. So that is our first validation point. Then you go ahead and log that onto your sheet, making sure that you are putting that Facebook ad link here. So Facebook ad link, so it's the Facebook, so URL, I would do that. And then you're gonna put that date posted, so date, and then the actual product name, you'll go product name. Now number 2, We also want to make sure that whatever product we are trying to test is a product that is being sold between $25 and $120. So I say that because we don't want to start off with something that's too high, as well as we don't want to start off with something that's too low. I feel like at that point, you could make that consideration that it wouldn't be worth your time. So example of that, whenever we use that previous example, we opened up this here product that we see is currently trending right now. I'm gonna hit shop now. I want to see how much it's being sold for. I want to make sure that whatever product we're trying to sell is being sold between $25 and $120. So as you can see here, this is being sold for $35, so $34.95. And then you will see if they're charging shipping or not. We'll just assume it has free shipping, but if they're charging shipping, you'd go ahead and add that. So URL, so $34.95 is the selling price, comparator store. Advice that I would give here would be to right click the cell, come down to insert link. That way you can paste the link on the bottom, just type in the word link on top. And that is your second validation point. So we have those first two validation points set in stone. Now we want to further validate this. This is just going to ensure that we can continue. So next we want to make sure that we can not only source this product, but we need to make sure that this product meets our 2.5 profit margin. So that's pretty much what we're striving for. We need to make sure we are selling these products for at least 2.5 times the amount that we are getting them for, ultimately setting our pricing for what our competitors are selling them for. I feel like that all of that pretty much goes hand in hand with our ability to distinguish what's worth testing and what is worth spending further time and money on. So if we can see that that product meets that 2.5 profit margin and we can source it at a good enough price that's going to allow us to stay aligned with that 2.5 profit margin, I'd say it's worth it. I'd say keep going. And lastly, number 4, we want to ensure that we can establish our recent and best of all time competitors, which goes hand in hand with us and our ability to help y'all distinguish what's ultimately worth testing. So an example of that I want to show you, I'm going to come back here to our share screen and I want to show you just how we are sourcing those suppliers and meeting that 2.5 profit margin. So this is an example of one of the suppliers that are offering this product. One thing to consider is you need to make sure that there is a significant amount of orders that have been placed. I would suggest maybe sorting your feed by the amount of orders that have been placed as well as the highest average product rating. Those are definitely ways to start. Another is making sure that this meets your 2.5 profit margin. All right, I'm just going to use another example of a product. So I'm just going to use an example of a product that I've seen, but I want to kind of show you my thought process behind how we are sourcing the supplier and which one is the one to decide on. So we just put in this random hot keyword. We want to sort by the amount of orders that have been placed as well as the highest average product rating. So whenever you're going through, you want to not only see which are these suppliers are offering the variants that you're wanting to also offer, but you're wanting to also keep note how many have been sold, what's the highest average product rating, things like that. So I'm going to just use this one. The reason why I chose this one is because I see that it has a 4-pack, just being familiar with a product like this, I see that this is the variant that's closest to that ideal selling price. So I just want to use this as an example. That way we can continue to go through each one of those validation steps. As you can see, it has 300 plus reviews, has 1900 plus orders. It's got 4.8 stars. Those are all great indicators to us. We're going to select that variant. We see it also has free shipping, so $8.68. I'm going to extract this URL at the top, come back here, and I'm going to put cost of goods sold is $8.68. We know that these products are unrelated, but I wanted to show you that thought process behind each of these steps. Then I'm going to use that AliExpress link. I'm going to right click the cell, come down to insert link, paste it on the bottom, type in the word link on top. Now we need to make sure it meets that 2.5 profit margin, so I'll show you what I mean by that. So $34.95, and then our cost of goods sold is $8.68. So that means it's 4 times that amount, so that's well above 2.5. We just need to make sure we're selling our products for at least 2.5 times the amount that we are getting them for, ultimately setting our pricing for what our competitors are selling them for. Now we're off to our last validation point. Lastly, we need to source our 3 recent and 3 best of all time competitors with their associated store links. So a note for this, I would say sort by recent on top, and then for this one I'd also do sort by likes or shares. So this is going to help you do that. Now I'm going to come back into AdSpy to show you an example of that. So these are just random filters that I have set up, things that I really just want to emphasize. So if you're searching for a specific product, I would encourage you to, once you have that product name in the ad tech search, sorting your feed by recent on top to actively help you establish those recent competitors. We need to make sure that there are 3 different stores that are selling the same product that have been running most recently. So seeing when that published date was, seeing what was the most recent compared to what was next to most recent, and then putting those in order. What's going to be super important is making sure that they're all active stores. Again, making sure that they are different from one another, and these do not have to have those recent engagements. So if you have that first initial validation point showing that it has recent engagement within the last 48 hours, that's going to make it to where any of these further competitors that we are going to be gathering do not need to have those recent comments at all. We just need to make sure they're active in different stores from one another. So that's going to go hand in hand with our 3 best of all time competitors. What we'll be doing with those is, instead of sorting by recent on top, we're going to sort by likes or shares. So the ones that have the most amount of traction, most amount of likes, comments, and shares, that's going to be the ones that are going to be considered to be our best of all time competitors. So we just need to make sure that we're logging the Facebook advertisement itself and then the associated product page itself. We need to make sure that those are both active. If any one of those 2 are not active anymore, I would not advise logging either one of them. It is at that point where our products would be considered to be fully validated. So the more validated a product is going to be for us, the more that product is going to be worth testing. So I would not try to shortcut that at all. That's going to put yourself in that best position possible. It's going to help ease that peace of mind when you are going through the consideration of which product to move forward with. We want to ensure that we can establish these recent and best of all time competitors to help establish our best source of direction when it comes time to construct our own website and our own product page. It's going to be important to have those active pages and advertisements to actively reference, instead of placing that burden on yourself to come up with these things on your own or those ideas on your own. I'm not a copywriter. I'm not going to expect y'all to be copywriters, but we are going to be resourceful. It is at that point where a product would be considered to be fully validated for us, otherwise known as worth testing. So the more it validates, the better we are going to feel about going about this testing. So this is a great resource to not only help us distinguish what is worth moving forward with, but it also intended to provide some structure to your day-to-day workflow. We want to ensure that you guys are knowing what to look for and more efficient ways to stay organized. But before we wrap this up, as you guys know, every single video we give out a free consulting call to one lucky winner that is able to hop on a call with us and one of the Supreme Ecom members to get assistance with any help that you need on your store or any questions that you need answered. And with that, the winner of the free consulting call is the Store Fusion. Congrats on winning your free call. Make sure to reach out to Supreme_Ecom on Instagram so we can get you scheduled. We can cover anything you want, from store design to even product research. And if you want the opportunity to win next week, all you have to do is the 3 things that I mentioned at the beginning of this video. I hope you guys stay motivated and you guys keep pushing. Let's continue to utilize the guidance provided in this video. Supreme Ecom is rooting for you and wishing you nothing but success. This is Ramon, and I'll catch y'all next time.